grab your Pilates ball, and we are going to start. Grab your Pilates ball. I'm already ready. All right, clear your gear just a little bit out of your way. And we are going to start down on the ground. So we're going to start with the ball in between our shoulder blades. So come down onto your butt into a seated position. Place the ball in that middle of your shoulder blades, upper back area. Once you've found that place, start to lean back just a little bit. Now hands behind the head. And we're going to get right into it. Lean over the ball just a little bit. Exhale, squeeze your abdominal muscles, lift up. Inhale, lean over the ball. Exhale, squeeze and come up. Inhale, lean over the ball. Exhale, squeeze and come up. Inhale, lean over the ball. Exhale, squeeze and come up. And this time we're going to lean over the ball and soften. So let your arms come away from the back of your head. Let your head drop down just as far as it will go. If it can touch the ground, awesome. If it can't, don't worry about it, but just let it be soft and heavy. And now you're hopefully here getting a big opening through the chest, the front of the chest, the collarbones. Maybe you'll even feel sensation in the armpit chest. And nothing else to do here but to breathe. So take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Two more cycles of breath. Slow and steady here. So start by thinking about firming up your abdomen and then lifting your head with control. Hands are going to come right behind the head and support. And then once you've got your hands behind the head, lift your butt up, press into your feet and glide up and down the ball. Take a few more good glides up and down the ball. And then when you're ready, we're going to let the hips touch down, roll over onto one side. So we're going to roll over onto the right, but we're going to see if we can get our ball to come with, and then we're just going to set it right nice and close. So think side of the breast tissue close to the armpit. So that's where we're shooting to find that ball placement. Knees are going to be in a bent knee position. So think of fetal position with the lower half of the body. And then we're just kind of soften over the ball. And what we're going to try to do here is pay attention to the breath. So you let your head rest wherever feels the most comfortable. If you've got anything going on in the chest or the armpit area, and this is not a good place to be, come to an upright seated position and you'll just kind of place the ball under there. But now we're just going to tune in and notice the breath. So as soft as you can in your body. Take a nice, big, generous inhale, fill your lungs up. Nice, slow breath out. Two more breaths. And what we're shooting to achieve here is movement of breath in the rib cage. So we want to keep our breath up in that lung cavity and up in the chest cavity. So one more breath. Awesome. And then prop yourself up just a little bit. Now we're going to move the ball on down. So now it's coming to the side of the body and underneath the rib cage. So once you've got it there, bottom arm is going to lower, head is going to rest against that bottom arm, top hand's going to reach up, and think side bend here. So we're creating a little space through the side of the body. Nothing else to do here. Once you've got that position, take 3 nice deep breaths. Beautiful. Release your top hand, prop yourself up, and now we're going to move it up one more time. So, or I should say move it down. So we're going to lift up just a little bit so we get the ball into that soft side tissue. So we want it into that soft part of the side belly. And then once you've got your way there, lower down again. Top arm can come up into that side bend, or it can place in front of you, whatever feels more supportive for this one. And really, we're just shooting for that compression in that side soft tissue of the belly. Take 3 nice big breaths. Cool. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully lift yourself all the way up. We're going to flip it over to the other side. So I'm going to face out to the camera, but you flip over in a way that works good for you. We're going to start by coming up nice and high. So we're up underneath the armpit area and think side of the breast tissue. So once you've got your way there, lower down in a way that feels good. Bottom arm reaches out long, top hand reaches up. One more breath, just see if you can tune in and feel that movement of breath underneath you. Cool, and then when you're ready, prop yourself up, move that ball down so now it's in the side of the ribs. Once you've got yourself there, right back to that side lying position, right hand reaches up. And so now we're shooting for that side bend situation. 3 nice big breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, prop yourself up. And then one last time, we're moving that ball down. So now we're getting into that soft side tissue of the belly. So place that ball in a way that feels good. Bottom arm reaches out, but the top hand can be wherever it likes. If it's more supportive to keep it in front of you, keep it there. But if it feels good to add that side bend, you do what feels good to you here, but just tune in and notice your breath here. Come back to that breath awareness. Big giant inhale. Notice that movement of breath underneath you. One more breath. Great. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back onto our backside, but now we're going to move the ball on down so that it's underneath our tailbone. So with a bent knee position, lift your hips up, slide that ball underneath your butt, and then get it centered. So we want it right around where the tailbone is. So think of that nice little triangular shape. See if you can set that ball right into that space. And then once you've got your ball there, toe heel your feet out just a little bit wider so you have this nice wide base of support. Hands are going to come out into a wide position. And now we're going to imagine that there's a marble and we're dropping the marble from hip point to hip point. So we're making little figure 8 shape with the hips, dropping one hip bone down and then the other, and just gliding across that ball in a way that feels smooth. Take one more glide each side. And then come back to center, toe heel your feet in, pause in the supported bridge and just take 3 nice deep breaths. So just allow a little bit of gravity to do the work for you here. Cool. Now we're going to walk the hands in just a little bit closer. So hands are going to offer a little bit of support, palms facing down, arms are anchored. And then once you've got yourself there, alternate your toe taps. So you're going to lift one knee and then the other, but you're going to focus on keeping your hips as stable as you can on that ball. So not a lot of wiggling around. Most of the work is coming out of that hip hinge area, or think where your front pocket is. One more lift each side, or even yourself out, whatever gets you there. And then when you're ready, left leg is going to stay in a bent knee position. Right leg is going to reach out nice and long. Heel is going to find the floor. Flex your foot, a little stretch through the front of the hip, and then take your right hand, reach it up alongside your ear. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Release your hand back down, slide your right foot in, and we're going to switch to the other side. Left leg is going to reach out long, flex the foot, heel on the ground. Once you've got your leg anchored, left hand is going to reach up alongside the ear. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. And now we're going to see how it feels to do both legs out. So bring your left hand in, keep your left leg out nice and long, step your right foot out to meet. Anchor into your heels, flex your feet. Once you've got yourself in a stable position, If it feels available, both arms are going to reach up and overhead, and take 3 nice big breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, hands are going to release back down alongside your hips with control. Step your feet back in. Pause for a moment in your supported bridge. Take a nice big breath. Push into your feet, lift your hips up, release that ball from underneath your hips, lower your spine down, and then take that ball right in between the inner thighs or between the knees, whichever feels like a better secure position for you. But now we're going to push in. So knees are going to push in and then release. Push in and release. Take a couple at your pace. Push in and release. So as you push in, feel that nice firing up of the inner thighs and the outer thighs. And then as you release, release with a sense of control. So it's not just snapping you back into place, but you're anchoring the legs and then offering them a softness with a sense of control. Two more in and out. And then with a light sense of squeeze on the ball. So not that extreme where the knees are driving in, but a sense of hugging in on the ball. Now we're going to move right into a hip bridge, but we're going to exhale as we lift. So exhale, lift your butt up, think halfway bridge. So see about keeping the backs of the ribs connected to the floor. Inhale as you release back down with control. Exhale to lift. Inhale to release. Focus on the breath here. Exhale as you lift halfway. Inhale, release. So that means you might slow it down to keep your rhythm of breath. 4 more to go. Last one. As you lower your butt down, keep the ball between your knees, but now pick your legs up into that tabletop position. Arms come a little bit wider for a little sense of stability, and we're going to take it into a bent knee corkscrew. So think half bottom of a circle, swing it underneath, bring it back to center, and then over the other way. So knees go over to the left, half of the circle, over to the right, bring it back to center. So we're just going with that bottom half of the circle. Arms are nice and anchored, and you might choose to exhale with the effort. Take one more time each side, or even yourself out, whichever gets you there. And then as you come back to your center, hands are going to come in a little bit closer just for that sense of stability. And now double toes are going to touch down, pull the thighs back up. Double toes touch down, pull the thighs back up. 6 more to go. Last one. Grab hold of that ball, place it now between the ankles if you can, and then lift the legs up. And now we're going to reach up, little crunch, grab that ball, legs long, arms reach up and overhead. Bring it back up, feet between the legs, reach the arms up, hold that ball between the ankles, lower everything out, bring it back up and in, switch. Bring it back in and switch. Nicely done. 2 more to go. Great. Now pass it between the ankles. Keep it between the ankles. Lower the legs nice and long. arms reach up and overhead. And now we're going to anchor into that ball. So think about squeezing your ankles in towards the ball, and we're taking it right back into a roll up. So inhale, stretch your arms up and overhead. Exhale, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Squeeze that ball, roll yourself up, reach past your toes. Curl your tailbone under, peel your spine down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, squeeze into the ball, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Beautiful, reach past your toes. 2 more to go. Let your exhale help you. So as you curl up the head, neck, and chest, exhale to help you come up. Last one. Nice. As you come up, stay up, grab hold of that ball, step your feet in, bring that ball back in between the knees, hands behind the back of the body, push into your hands, lift your butt up, lower back down with control. Push into your hands and your feet, lift your butt up, lower it back down with control. Nice. 2 more to go. Lift up just as high as safe for your shoulders. No need to go anywhere that your shoulders don't like. Last one. Nicely done. Grab that ball, spin around into a tabletop position. Ball is going to be underneath the right hand, and we're going to take it into a little bit of a variation of a push-up. So hands slightly wider than your normal tabletop position. So just a little bit wider. And then we're going to think planking spine, but we're in this tabletop position. So keep a nice firm back, bend your elbows wide, lower your chest, push into the ball, lift yourself back up. Bend your elbows wide, lower your chest. Yes, nice work. Push into the ball, lift up. 2 more to go on this side. A little work in your grip and your wrist to keep that nice stable position. Lift up, and then when you're ready, pass it over to the other side. So that nice wide position with the hands, plank spine, elbows wide, lower your chest. Nice grip on that ball. Beautiful. 2 more to go. Nice. And then when you're ready, come up to a high kneel position, and we're just going to start with a pass. So we're passing the ball around the back of the body. Once you've got that down, close your eyes and see how fast can you go. Pick up your pace, playing around with your proprioception, your sense of your body's awareness connected to the tool that you're working with. Everything else stays as stable as it can. So we're staying in that nice upright lifted position. Belly firm. 2 more passes around in this direction, and then slow it down. Pass it the other way. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Everything else stays as stable as it can. And then once you've got that pass down, pick up the pace. Go a little bit faster, but keep your eyes closed if you can. You know where that ball is. You know where your hands are. Get a little bit of heat in the shoulders. Nice. 1 or 2 more passes around, just depending on your pace. And then when you're ready, come back to center, place that ball right between the chest, open your eyes, push in and think squeeze. So we're going to think armpit chest muscles. Push in, crush the ball and release. Push in, crush the ball and release. 2 more to go. Push in and squeeze and release. Push in and squeeze and release. Now get a grip. So think, pinch your fingers like you're trying to pull that ball into an egg shape. Everybody's ball is probably going to look just a little bit different, just depending on how much air you have in. So get a good squeeze, pull apart, lean back into your Z-sit or your thigh stretch, pull apart, come back up, pull apart, lean back, pull apart and come forward. Yes, 2 more to go. Pull apart, lean back, pull apart, come forward. Last one, pull apart, lean back, pull apart, come forward, release your grip, come back to your tabletop position, and we're going to move right into a single arm puppy pose. So right hand is going to hold the ball. That hand is going to go forward. Left hand is going to rotate inward. So we're going to think left fingers towards the right side of the mat so the arm comes across the way. And then once you've got that there, your head is going to soften down to your forearm. So think upper back and chest stretch. Let your forehead rest. One more breath. Firm up your abdomen, come up nice and slow and controlled. And now we're going to switch sides. So pass the ball over to the left hand. That hand's reaching towards the top end of your mat. Right hand is going to swing across. So it's perpendicular, and then forehead's going to rest on that right forearm. One more breath. Firm up your belly, come up nice and slow. And then if it feels good, you're going to sit back on your heels, but that is not a seat for everybody. So any other seat that allows you to have access to the belly and the chest. We're going to start down at the belly. So we're going to start over to the right, put a little pressure on, over to the left, down and to the right. So think up on the right side, across, down on the left, and over. And then find that little pattern and smooth it out. Go as fast or as slow as feels comfortable to you. Beautiful. One more pass around, and we're just going to stick with just that direction. And now we're going to take it up to the chest. So think shoulder to shoulder. You're going to push in a little bit, drag that ball across or roll it across, but with a gentle pressure on. Nice. One more drag side to side. And then we're going to come up a little bit higher. So think throat and neck. So now you're going to put a softer amount of pressure on. So you're just going to gently push in, glide across. So think ear to ear. Awesome. One more glide across. And then we're going to come down onto the belly. So we're going to place the ball underneath our chest. So if anything's going on with the chest and being on that pressure or compression of the chest is no good, stay in this upright seated position. It'll be a lighter amount of pressure. And you are just going to crisscross your hands, gently press in, and then tune into the breath. But if it feels comfortable to be down onto the belly, you're going to take that ball underneath your chest, arms out in that crocodile position, stack your hands, and then just soften your forehead down towards your hands. And then that compression of the ball is the thing that's doing the work here. So soften over the ball and take 3 nice deep breaths. See if you can notice the movement of breath in the back of your ribs and in between your shoulder blades. Take one more breath. And then we're going to move on down towards the belly. So lift up or prop yourself up in a way that works good for you. But now we're going to place that ball underneath the belly button. Elbows and forearms down, knees are going to help support. So before you put a bunch of pressure on the belly, start by just rocking your hips a little side to side. So a light massage to the abdomen, and just make sure that feels like a comfortable place to be. If you've got anything going on with your belly, IBS, recent surgery, anything that might not feel good to you here, sit back up onto your heels and do this motion in an upright position. But if it feels okay to be here, one more little rock side to side. And then we're going to see if we can sort of soften over the ball. So relax your toes, relax your elbows, let those hips come to a stillness. Take a nice deep breath in. Notice that movement of breath underneath you. And then we're going to find a little firmness here. So engage the abdominal muscles like you're trying to push the ball away from you, and then relax a little further over the ball. Engage the abdominal muscles, push the ball away, relax and soften over the ball. And do that one more time. Engage the abdominal muscles, soften over the ball, and then see how soft can you get here. Can you walk your elbows wide? Can you soften your forehead down? And can you relax your whole cavity of your abdomen and let it be nice and super soft? And then take 3 nice deep breaths here. Great. When you're ready, slowly, gently, mindfully, start by lifting your head up, firm up your belly, start to prop yourself all the way up, and then we're going to lift up into a tabletop position. Once you're in that tabletop position, just place your ball somewhere where it's just a little bit out of the way. We're going to take 3 cat-cows here. Inhale as you drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale and round your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale to round your back. One more just like that. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale to round your back. Cool. And then I know we did a bunch of stretching and breath work, but just to bring it back to our muscles so that we come away feeling really good, take your ball, place it behind your right thigh, in between your thigh and your calf. Get that little hug and squeeze. So we want to make sure that we've got it in a nice secure position and we're holding on tight. And then once you've got your way there, you're just going to lift your heel up towards the ceiling. Everything else stays stable. Lower your knee back down. Lift your heel up towards the ceiling. Lower it back down. 2 more just like that. Lift it up towards the ceiling. Lower it down. Nice. 1 more time. And now we're going to take it out to the side. So think fire hydrant. Lift the leg out to the side. Bring it back in with control. Everything else stays stable. Lift it out to the side. Lower it with control. 1 more time. I say 1 more time, but I mean 2 because we got to do 4, 4-zy, 4-zy. Okay, lift it out to the side. Nice. And now keep that ball where it is. Draw some circles. Go in one direction. Everything else is going to stay as stable as it can. Yes, nice work. Draw those knee circles. Go the other way. One more round. Awesome. Lower that knee down, grab that ball, pass it over to the other side. So get it between the thigh and the calf. Takes a little maneuvering to get it into that nice secure position. But once you've got it there, lift the heel up, lower it with control. Everything else stays as stable as it can. Lift it up, lower it with control. Nicely done. 2 more to go. Beautiful. Now take it into your fire hydrant. Take it out to the side. Bring it back with control. Everything else stays as stable as it can. 2 more to go. Nice. And now take it into those knee circles, drawing circles in one direction. Beautiful. Draw your circles, go the other way. Nice. Bring that knee down. Grab that ball from behind you. Big toes together, knees to the outer edges of your mat and back to extended child's pose. So butt's going to come back to the heels. You're going to get a little handhold. So you're going to hold the ball between both palms. Soften your forehead down. And now we're going to take 3 pumps of the ball to the back of the head. So with your elbows down on the ground, ball is going to touch to the back of the head. Reach it back out in front of you. Ball touches to the back of the head. And reach it back out. 2 more to go. Ball to the back of the head. Reach it back out. Last one here. Reach it out. Nice. And then release your hand hold from the ball, hands to the ground. Lift your butt up. We're going to curl the toes under, think downward facing dog. So we're going to lift the butt up into a little upside down V. Take a pedal or 2 of your legs, bend one knee and then the other. Nice. And then walk your hands toward your feet or your feet toward your hands. So you come into a little folded position. And then once you've got yourself into that folded position, catch hold of your elbows. Let your head hang nice and heavy here. Take 3 nice big breaths in this dangle. See if you can find your breath again in the back of your body. Notice the movement of breath in your rib cage. One more breath. Let your hands relax towards the ground. Bend your knees a lot. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Roll your way up nice and slow and controlled. Take a couple of good shrugs of your shoulders. You guys are amazing. Nice work today. That's a little extra breath work today, just for good measure.